Well, hello and welcome again to our reading of Acts of the Apostles, and we're up to chapter 3, verse 11. And we begin here with a genitive absolute. So this is from Kratio, and the subject of it is this autos, which is referring back to this lame man that's just been healed and is running around and leaping about and praising God. So he, having taken hold of Peter and John, so when he did all that, all the people, sun edramen, this is from the verb sun treco, which is to run together, and the aorist of this of treco is edramon. So it's an irregular verb, it changes its root here. The root is dra. So all of the people ran together to them, so perhaps gathered together to them, at the stoa, which is called, understand, the stoa of Solomon. And they were ekthamboi, and they were astonished. This is connected with this thambos, top thambos word we had in the earlier section of amazement. So this is the adjective, ekthambos, amazed. And Peter, having seen, he gave answer to the people. And so we have the next speech of Peter. Andres, so men who are Israelites, why are you amazed, epituto, at this thing? Or, why do you stare at us as though, this is a dative plural, perfect dative plural participle here agreeing with heimin. So, right, it's sort of as though us having done or having made this man peripatein to walk. The two here is redundant and it's slightly awkward. Unfortunately, you do get examples of this in the Septuagint where the two normally is used for purpose but not here. So this just may be a Septuagintalism. So you can essentially ignore the two. So why do you stare at us as though we had made him to walk, idia duname, by our own power, or eusebia piety? So that's a difficult little phrase there. So you have to take the hose really firstly. So why do you stare as to us having made him to walk by our own power or piety? Of course, it's a question. Hotheos Abraham, and the God of Abraham, and the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, the God of our fathers, edoxasen, from doxasdo, to glorify, glorified his, well, it could be son or servant. Pida has ambiguous meaning. So his servant Yesun, Jesus, whom you, and we get a men, and the det is on the next page, whom you, paradokete, this is from paradidomi, this is the aorist form from paradidomi, it looks perfect, but it's generally taken to be an aorist form from paradidomi, whom you betrayed, or you handed over, and you denied. This is from neomai. So the alpha lengthens with augment, and it's omai, so the et lengthens, and then you've got your ending on here. So whom you handed, or you betrayed or handed over, and whom you denied, kata, before the face of Pilate. Now we get a little genitive absolute, ekainu, and when you get ekainos, it often refers straight back to the previous person, which is Pilate. It's so you denied him before the face of Pilate, when he judged or gave judgment, apoluein, to release him. So little genitive absolute here. So it's perhaps almost although he gave judgment to release him. Humes de, which balances the humes men. So you did that, but you you denied, from aneomai again, the holy and just one, and you asked for, this is from itiaomai, so you get the lengthening augment there, so it's atiaomai, whom you, and you asked for the man who was phonia. This is the accusative. From phonius is the nominative. It's a third declension noun in eus, like basilius. This is phonius. And the man who was a murderer, you asked for him to be given as a gift to you, to be granted to you. So this, of course, is referring to the trial before Pilate, when they release Barabbas the robber. This is the murderer, the phonius, but when Pilate offers to give them Jesus. So this is the aorist passive infinitive. Charismai is charismai is to give as a gift. So, so you asked. So you denied the holy and righteous one, but you asked for a man who was a murderer to be gifted to you. But the archegon, the ruler of life, leader, some here often translated prince or author of life. It's in classical Greek it means leader. It's used in Hebrews to tend to mean author, and some people translate this here as prince. So the prince or the ruler of life. Apoktanata, you killed, from apoktano, whom God raised, eknekron, from the dead. The Greek never has the word the. Eknekron is a standard expression, from the dead, of which who we are witnesses, martures esmen. And by the faith, this sentence actually is, the grammar here is odd. It's really constructio ad sensum. The possibly two sentences were conflated here in the writer's mind in terms of the grammar, so we do what we can with it. And at the faith, or by the faith of this name, or perhaps faith in this name, perhaps it's a defining genitive here, this man whom you see and you know, his name strengthened. So you see there's sort of two different ideas here. So it's literally by the faith in this name, the name of him, that is of Jesus, strengthened this man whom you see and know. And the faith which is through him gave to him ten holoclarion. Again, it's a funny name here, funny word here. It's generally translated as soundness. So in other words, his full health, so restored him to health. So gave this man restoration to health, perhaps you could translate it as. It literally means soundness. The holos is whole, and kleros is allotment, so his full allotment, and so hence his full soundness. Ap enanti, it's one of these pseudo prepositions you get in the New Testament, before all of you. And now, brothers, I know that epraxate, you acted, this is the aorist second person plural, that you all acted kat agnoian in ignorance, as also did understood your rulers. As also did your rulers. But God, now the main verb is here, eplerosen hutos. God fulfilled it thus, fulfilled in this way, tauta understood, those things which he announced beforehand through the mouth of all the prophets, that the Messiah, that his Messiah, Pathane, would suffer. So he announced beforehand all the things that his Messiah to suffer. Literally, this is from Pasco. This is the aorist infinitive from Pasco. And I'll finish that one there, and we'll continue on in the next video.